No, that's a. Oh, I know what I'm forgetting. I don't need it. Okay.
Okay.
This is the last episode of the season.
Yeah.
Ah.
When did we start? I was trying to think about that the other day. Has it been 5 years or 4 years?
Uh, 2018.
5 years.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
We'll be going into season 7 though. Maybe my math's wrong.
No, yeah, because our first season was a shortened season
That's right.
because of the draft.
No, that
And we
makes sense. So we
I
kind
do
of
remember that.
we have like a leap season.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's fun. 5.
4,
3
2,
and 1.
and 1.
Hello world is a song that we're singing. Come on, get happy.
Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames, messieurs, bienvenue, welcome to the happy hour.
All right. Welcome back, happy hour listeners. As we were just discussing, it is the last episode of season 6 of the happy hour.
Bonkers.
Bonkers. Absolutely freaking crazy. And there was a lot of news today. Regarding the Habs. Actually, stuff to talk about. Unfortunately, Beth is not with us. It's not that
No.
she passed away. She's just working.
Nope. She's just not with us.
Mm-hmm. However, that ought to change soon, according to her. So
Yes.
be expecting a lot more Beth for all our Beth heads.
All our Beth needs.
Yeah. My name's David Auger. I'm at Glaucus123 on Twitter. And now Metal Dave on Blue Sky. By the by. Decent thing if you don't like direct messaging your friends.
Yeah.
You can't do that yet.
Can't
I'm
do that
sure they're working on it. I'm joined as always by Veronica.
Yeah. I'm at CHILE Pepper on Blue Sky. No underscores allowed.
None. They took them out.
Just after we discussed it last week. And then CHILE underscore Pepper on the fucking Bird app.
That's right. And we're the Happy Hour at Happy Hour on Twitter, Happy Hour Pod on Instagram, YouTube.com/Happy Hour, and HappyHour.com. We have a .com. $12 a year. Amazing.
Blue Sky reminds me of early Twitter.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Not a lot of people on there. Everybody just kind of making friends. There's no Nazis. There's no
Nope.
fucking MAGAs. There's no
Nope.
fucking spam ads every third message.
oh, yeah. It's like just
So
pure
clean.
people doing stuff. Well, just wait until they actually release it and then they'll have ads and all that
Well,
bullshit.
yeah, but the ads I'm fine with, but the ads on Elon's app
Mm.
are they're almost like aggressively annoying.
Goes
like
to
when you
show how
scroll-
much money he actually has, which is a lot, and he's not making a lot, apparently.
No, and
Um,
it's just like trash ads.
Yeah, it's crap. It's absolute garbage. It's just anybody can put an ad out and then there it is.
So I've been spending a lot of time over on Blue Sky because I found a lot of people that I follow on
Yeah.
Twitter. And it feels so nice.
Yeah,
You
it's
know?
nice connecting with people again.
Let's leave the
Mm.
Bird app for all of his fanboys. And then everybody move over to Blue Sky.
Yeah, once they get the direct messaging, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure there's gonna be like a mass, or at least
Yeah.
there's gonna be a lot more people. But
Yeah, after it's not in beta anymore.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So we'll see how long that takes. So let's
I'm
see
so
what else is
happy
going on.
about it though.
Yeah. The only news I have that's not Habs related is that I was in Ottawa, Canada this past weekend
Right.
at your nation's capital, not our nation's capital, your nation's capital, for the Escapade Music Festival, where I was a delinquent. I also acquired a blue ducky from somebody for being a rad person. He's like, here, take this duck. I'm like, thank you. I am now adding it to my collection of my other duck that I got at EDC. So now I have
Your
ducks.
collection of your other duck. They're so cute.
my other
On your desk?
duck. Frankly, I
I'm not
tried.
picking my nose. I've got something there.
That's
like a
okay.
piece
Wow,
of
the
skin.
blue duck's a lot bigger than the yellow duck. So,
Oh, is it?
I tried eating the yellow duck because I didn't think it was a toy. found that out pretty quickly. That
Yeah.
is hard plastic. So anyway,
That's funny.
moving on from that, now I added it to my collection. My desk is growing with random odds and ends now. Anyway,
Nice.
so the Habs actually had some news today. We're going to start with the really interesting news that's not player related, but medical related. The Habs hired 2 medical folks, and I'm about to pull out their names now because of course I don't have it on me, of course, as one never does. And when I go search for Habs news, what comes up? Not the Habs website.
One of the fellas is from Chicoutimi. He's the therapist. And one of the fellas is an Anglo, and they both come from Rangers.
Come from where?
The Rangers.
Yes, and the thing about that is, yes, Jim Ramsey, I think is the major name with this, has been
Yes.
named Director of Sports Medicine Performance and Head Athletic Therapist, while Maxime Gauthier will serve as Head Physiotherapist. I think it's Jim Ramsey is the guy that's the big get, because Frank Saravelli called it a coup that the Habs got him. A coup. And I'm going to bring up the tweet for
Wow.
that. Because, of course, there was a lot of trades today in and outside, outside the Habs and the Habs themselves. And where is Frank? Frank, where are you? Because his tweet was perfect for this. I just want to find it.
Yeah, the guy's he's got like 30 years under his belt or some shit.
Oh, he's a big lad with that. Come on, Twitter, fucking give me the goddamn account.
That's the shittiest app now, man.
It's just like search
It is
Frank
the shittiest
Saravalli.
app.
How many Frank Saravallis are there?
He's
Jesus.
ruined it, and it's he's done it so gradually that we're just like
I actually
accepting
have
of
to
it.
spell the name right, and then it's a lot easier.
Sarah, S-E-R-A.
Yeah. Saravalli. Ah, cool. Okay. Head athletic trainers typically do not make news. This is Saravalli's
Yeah.
tweet. So as he said, head athletic trainers typically do not make the news, but Jim Ramsey leaving New York Rangers after 28 years to go to the Habs is a coup for Jeff Gorton and team. He's widely respected as one of the best in the business. And I was like, wow, that's really interesting. That's good for them. The thing that really turned me on to Mr. Ramsey, though, was I listened to a bit of Kent Hughes and Martin St. Louis
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
presser at in Nashville today, and they couldn't speak any higher of the guy. Like they spared no words for him. He's also apparently the head physical guy for Team Canada. He has 4
Oh, I didn't realize
Olympic
that.
golds on top of World Cup accolades as well. So he's like if the team is injured beyond reckoning this season, it's something else, because this is like the guy. They wanted to put a stop
they
to
can't
it.
prevent injuries.
No, you can't. But there has to be something had to have been done.
Yeah. It was so funny because out of inertia, I saw the tweet because I get pop-ups when the Habs tweet. And so out of inertia, I scroll down into the replies. They better be good. Yeah, that's right. They better be good. Like, you think that maybe Kent Hughes and fucking Jeff Gorton didn't take that into consideration, that they better be good? And
Like,
also read the article. Find out for yourself.
What's funny with Martin St. Louis is that he played under
Oh,
Ramsey as well with the Rangers and on Team Canada and stuff. So it's like he knows him both as a player and now as a partner with the team, essentially. That's such a man. They're putting a team together, like the brass. They're getting some freaking heads in there because it's like, let's hope it's for the best. I'm sure it is. The guy's really good. Rangers, they're never injured.
Dynasty.
Ever injured. I don't remember the last time a Rangers player was injured. It's all thanks to Jim Ramsey.
Of course, there've been injuries. They're just
Name
haven't been
one.
half the
Name
team, like on the
one.
Habs.
Name
I
one.
don't know, Kreider.
No, that guy's never injured. He's
I
around
think
all the
he got
time.
hurt.
Oh, I don't know. I don't keep that much tabs on the Rangers.
No, me neither. But they're your second team, so you
Yeah,
better.
yeah, but that's how second my
Yeah.
second team is. I don't know a damn thing about them. Who's okay, so some bad news for the Habs. Tyler Toffoli, now a New Jersey Devil. So he's not
They
going
got
back to
him
the
for
Habs.
cheap. They got him for cheap, and that for me is the first L of the Gorton and Hughes era
Mm-mm-mm.
because he loved playing in Montreal and he loved Cole Caulfield and Nick Suzuki.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Jake Evans.
Yeah.
That
I-
would have been so great for the fans and for his teammates. And I mean,
It really
they
would
got-
have been.
From what I
It-
understand.
Would have been cool to have Kat back too, god damn it.
Yes, we need a good wife back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
For
For God's sake.
Yeah, so that they missed out on that. I was obviously not keeping a close enough eye, but I was keeping an eye on Toffoli because I thought it would be so smart to bring him back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would have really liked to see him back too. Now,
Yeah.
granted, with that being said, what else happened today? Big drama with Pierre-Luc Dubois. You know, the Habs, they're in on it, and then they weren't in on it. And then some news came out that the Habs traded a couple picks away and a player for the rights to sign restricted free agent Alex Newhook. Alex Newhook, young kid, 16th overall in 2019, which I believe, and this is a Grant McCagg quote, he will be the third first drafted player from 2019 that the Habs have now. I'd have to look at the other ones, which is just an interesting stat. But yeah, kid, Kirby Doc, Newhook now, and I don't know who the other guy
and I
is.
saw he was like center, shoots left. And I looked at his age and I thought, well, he's going straight to Laval, but he played games with Colorado.
Oh, you know what's funny? He was picked right after Caulfield too, in the draft.
It was the draft that I was at.
Yeah, he was there. So you know him. You know all about him.
Of course. Of course, no.
Obviously.
Of course.
Duh.
It's been
Jesus.
a long day.
Come on now. So, yeah, just yet another, player who's probably still finding themselves, and he's a center naturally, but Colorado's been playing him on the wing because it's fucking Colorado, and now the Habs have a really young spine center group essentially with
Yeah,
Suzuki, Doc,
that's pretty nifty.
and now Newhook if he even plays center. So it's gonna be
Yeah.
interesting training camp again on the way.
So, as you know, I don't like to pay attention to chatter, but like, didn't get to Foley, which for me was a no-brainer. What's gonna happen with Jonathan Drouin?
Oh yeah, that's the big
Right?
yeah, that's the other one too. I mean,
And I was talking to my pal there in DMs on Twitter, Robert Aguirre, great follow, very smart politics, and he's also a Blues guy. So, but he said he's expecting something tomorrow.
with Drouin?
No, that
Oh.
these guys are cooking something up,
Yeah, it's
and he's not usually that kind to be like, ooh,
something's happening.
you know?
Yeah. It's such a I mean, because we don't quite know like 100% Hughes and Gorton's plan with things aside from youth at this point,
Yeah.
because it's like the player that they traded away too was Gianni Fairbrother, a guy that played some games with the Habs,
Yeah.
but was mostly with the Laval Rocket,
Yeah.
and was just injured a lot.
Yeah.
Too bad he can't enjoy the wonders of Mr. Ramsey. So unfortunately. But just one of those guys, and it's kind of like, okay, you give up 2 picks, and that's the other thing too. These 2 picks, it was the Florida first round pick that ended up being our 31st pick in the coming draft. So our first round pick from them, and also like our second round pick as well. That's right after
Wow.
that. So like number 31 and number 37, and Mr. Fairbrother for first rounder from 2019.
So Gorton, he's got an eye for talent. And he's had the unique position of being so like, I don't care what he's traded. I'm sure that this kid is gonna be, something like a Kirby Doc, or what he saw in Kirby Doc, because he made movements to get Kirby Doc.
The what somebody was saying was, since New Hook is a Newfoundlander, he's one of the Maritimes.
Yeah, Newfoundlander.
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 Okay.
He's a Newfie.
He's a Newfie. Yeah, he's a Newfie. Apparently Hughes spent a lot of time over there, saw a lot of him. So that's the conversation that, he saw him when New Hook was younger and all of that, which, of course that makes sense. If you like the kid, might as well get him. So now for the draft, which is tomorrow, by the way,
Okay,
we get to see all that.
I wish it was Thursday.
Yeah, I know.
Today.
That would have been nice. It would have been nice. So with these picks traded away now, the Habs have the first round pick, the fifth overall pick, which is nice. Then they don't have another pick until the third round. And because that second round pick that they gave up, it's ooh boy, a lot of people didn't like that. But I mean, you're getting some kid out of it that hasn't proven himself yet. So
yeah, well, Gallagher went in the 6th round, right?
Then they have 3 picks in the 4th round, 2 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th, and there it is. That's right.
There was all this speculation of how somebody was going to try to move up to get Michak, what's his name?
Oh yeah, the
Russian.
Yeah, the Russian guy, which now a lot of people are saying, since they got New Hook, they're probably going to go for somebody else now, since they have enough offense. Okay. Now, then there's the other side of the conversation, which I heard from Mr. Dumont on Twitter, saying you draft the best player imaginable, which, okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Depending on, where's the greatest
that was the
need
bit
down the road.
Always the complaint against Bergevin, who was once again trending today. Stop it. He's already dead. What's the quote? Anyway, he was once again trending today, but that was always the knock on him, is that the perception was that he drafted for need rather than best available.
Yeah.
In his image, because he's such an egomaniac.
Yeah. Egomaniac got Pierre-Luc Dubois. How about that?
Who's laughing now, motherfuckers?
You're really
I'm laughing because I didn't want any part of that player.
Imagine friggin' Philip Deneau and Pierre-Luc Dubois on a line together. Well, no, I don't think they would do that. I don't know what the Kings are doing, actually. Don't know.
Who knows?
Don't know.
The Kings fought pretty valiantly this playoffs, as I recall.
They did. Yeah, they did. So adding a bit of muscle, if the Kings make a dent in the playoffs, this is
why doesn't ask for a trade before Christmas?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, exactly. Like this is a Dubois' time to actually put the pedal to the metal and stop all the criticism on him. And if that doesn't happen, oh boy, they gave up like a bunch of young players for him too. So there's that. And those were the two. Oh no, another big bit of news too is that the season schedule's out.
Yay!
So start marking down your calendars. Of course, I automatically checked on the games in Vegas. Unfortunately, I'll be in Vegas the weekend before the Habs play.
Oh.
God damn it. My mother was so upset, devastated.
They play here on November 12th. And then I was looking at my annual pilgrimage to Montreal.
Ooh.
There are Saturday games against the Leafs, one in March and one in April when the weather is kinder.
Yeah.
So
kind of.
Let's explore, if you don't mind, the happy hour trip.
In April. Yeah, that can
April
happen.
6th, Saturday, April 6th. I think the other one was March 9th.
Oh, yeah, it's towards the end of the season. Yep. Okay.
Towards the end of the season. And just when the weather's nicer. And I'm not anticipating that, there's anything that we're making a push for the playoffs or anything like that. It's just to go and have fun.
Yeah. Because like you said too, a goalie.
Watch. Beat the Leafs.
I don't think they're going for a goalie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't anticipate it. I'm trying to think what else do they have to trade? They're kind of getting a bit slim on picks. So
Yeah.
it's interesting. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do.
No, I have no idea.
Zero clue.
No.
But
And
that's
like
part of
Robert,
the fun.
that friend that I was telling you about was telling me, kind of everything that he speculates, who he wants them to pick, who he thinks they will pick, dark horse kind of thing. And I'm just like, I don't know any of those names that you just mentioned. And I'm not going to look any of them up until after I know who we've picked. I'm not. I don't have that kind of time. I understand the nerdery around delving into, draft guides and all of that stuff, but it's just like, for me, I'm not going to fall in love with anybody until after we've picked them.
That's right. God damn it.
Got no time. Mama got no time.
It is. Let's see. Yeah, Mitchkov was the guy. A lot of people were saying would be fifth, but I mean, like it's saying, I'm not sure who we're going to get now. There's this guy, David Reinbacher, 6'2" defenseman. Could use another. Well, they already got a bunch of kids in the defensive system already. Who knows? Who knows?
Speaking of defensemen.
Yeah.
You know how we were talking last week about how Beth and I have gone private on Instagram
Sure.
because of all the bots and the spam and all the shit? Well, now I'm getting DM requests from Arbor Jack Guy. I got one from Jake Evans. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Oh, nice.
Like,
Awesome.
I'm just like, what? Why are you so bored? Thanks for being a fan. What? It was just, I'm too old for this shit.
Somebody thinks we are fucking idiots and they are only halfway right.
I'm like, oh, Arbor Jack Guy DM'd me. Fancy that.
Yeah. Wonder what his username is because I actually know it. It's Snapchat, bastard.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I actually. Yeah.
Arbor.
Yeah, I know. It sucks.
Yeah.
Social media is going down. There's no way. Like people that there's more hackers than there are people to stop the hacking, and it's just gonna keep being stupid.
I
It's
keep
ridiculous.
blocking all of that spam on Twitter, and it keeps coming back up with a different name.
Ooh.
Like all of these, like, I really need this car organizer in my, in my console. Blah,
You know what's
blah.
awful or great about Instagram now is that you can't just like tap past the ads anymore. Like you can't tap it. You gotta actually slide through them because before you could just be like, oh look, another one, tap. Ah, son of a bitch. And it doesn't let you do it anymore.
Oh, I was
Bastards.
just dealing with one today, and I just said, I don't want to see this. It's
Yeah,
irrelevant.
why is it lagging? It's not lagging, it just doesn't work anymore.
Heating system or some shit.
I just noticed that Connor Bedard, date of birth, after I graduated high school. Finally happened.
Younger than my son, I think.
Woohoo!
Connor Bedard.
When
When was he born? Definitely younger than my son.
July 17, 2005.
Holy shit. Max was born in 2000.
2005.
That size, eh?
Max was a Y2K baby?
He was a dragon baby.
No.
And I will tell you, when I was pregnant, I got stopped by so many Asian ladies, strangers, telling me how lucky I was
Oh,
that I was going to have a dragon baby.
dragon.
And people plan their pregnancies to have a dragon baby.
I think I was born in the year of the rabbit.
Aw.
Isn't that cute? I know, it's amazing.
Sophia was born in the year of the horse.
Oh, that totally makes sense. Because she's
Yeah.
freaking crazy. You know what they say about horse girls. Sorry, horse ladies.
Sophia's the best.
Okay, I'm not gonna do
Yeah, so the schedule.
Yeah.
And that's about it. And then the rest is just up in the air. Who knows? Nobody knows what's gonna happen.
till tomorrow. I think
I'll
it's
tell
like
you what is going to happen. Bob McKenzie is going to spoil the surprise for everybody 2 minutes before the first overall pick.
I wonder, actually. That was funny last year. Yeah, actually, this time last year we were at the
Yeah,
or the year before.
it was in the first week of July, I think.
Yeah, it was a little later, wasn't it?
It was a little later because
Because-
the season ended a little later.
And COVID, yeah. So we're actually kind of back into the regular swing of hockey
Yes.
again. Took a while.
Thank God.
Yeah, I know, right? So that's something. But yeah, that was a whole lot of fun. If any of our listeners have a chance to like go to a draft, freaking do it, man. Holy hell, was that fun. Just walk about the city. You'll meet all sorts of people, see all sorts
Oh,
of
yeah.
players, draftees, everybody, man.
And I was at the one in 2019 where Cole Caulfield got picked. So there was a lot of out of towners, but there isn't hockey fever in Vancouver. It's like this,
Yeah,
there's
Vancouver.
no place like Montreal.
Oh yeah, well that's the other thing too is that was that a magical time. First
Yeah.
overall pick in Montreal, everything.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Philip Mazar, one of the first round picks from the last year's draft, he was on Twitch today. I didn't get a chance to see it, but I'm glad that they're touting him a bit. That's another player, Mazar. See if he makes the jump up to the NHL for a little bit.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I think, lots of kids are going to get opportunities this year.
Yeah. Yep. One of the things Marty said was that, we're not kids anymore. It's not that they're not going to be accountable, but, we're still figuring things out, which makes a whole lot of sense still. A lot of people were really happy with Marty's comments today, but I thought
He's very thoughtful.
I thought that it kind of, to me, it sounded like he didn't want to be there. Because he was like talking like really, really fast, and Kent was just like,
Yeah.
he was just, I don't know. Kent seems very into it, and I think Marty was just like blah 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 blah, 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 blah. Answer done.
Yeah, that's his scene.
Mhm.
Kent's scene. It's Kent's scene. It's not Marty's scene.
Mm-mm.
But I guess he's there to talk to the players? I don't know.
Marty?
Yeah.
Yeah. Marty at the draft. I guess
Why is he there? I mean, in Montreal, obviously it made sense, but
yeah, how interesting. I mean, why not? Right? But at the
yeah,
same
why not?
time,
Except for that he seems unhappy being there.
yeah. Yeah, a lot of people thought it was like funny, but at the same time, I was thinking like, it's not quite how I interpreted it, but
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
what
watch
can
it
you
more closely. When I say that I watched it today, I just kind of flicked it on when I saw that it was happening and started doing something else.
Now maybe his tone was different in French, because I kind of like a
Yeah.
different ear for that a little bit.
Yeah.
But when he was speaking in English, I was like, I don't think he wants to answer any of these questions.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's only like
Yeah,
a
it's
20-minute
just-
thing too. It wasn't that long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's part of the job that, I mean, he talking about coaching and players and that kind of stuff, that's his thing. But like being at the draft, I can't remember. Was Dom Ducharme at the draft?
Jesus, that's a good question. I don't
And I
recall.
think Julien was at that draft, that other draft too.
Yeah, I
So
wonder.
maybe I'm just talking out my ass.
Plus, Marty, he's kind of he's practically a player a decade ago.
Yeah.
A bunch of things. Yeah, it's such a, I wouldn't mind being a fly on the wall for those conversations and see what everyone thinks.
Mm.
But then again, fucking Kent and Marty, they're like this too, those guys.
Yeah.
Maybe he just wanted a friend.
Yeah, that was who I think it was Jeff Gorton.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, Jeff Gorton. Kent Hughes was his guy all along. Like the whole contest for the GM job was it was just a charade. Because
Oh, yeah.
Kent Hughes, that's who, and bringing in Marty, like just thinking outside the box, and it turns out stroke of genius. I wasn't watching the NHL awards, but I saw a clip come across of Jim Montgomery's speech.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've heard about this. It was a very powerful speech, and I just thought, here's another guy who seems very inspiring and whose players would want to go through a wall for this guy. Very eloquent, very dignified, but very sort of passionate. And he is the coach who, remember, was fired from the Dallas Stars a few years ago because of his struggles with alcohol
Mhm.
addiction. And so he spoke about that as well, and talked about how, you know, accepting this award, it's not mine, it's the team's. And just like, if you get a chance to watch it, I found it very inspiring. And I just thought, you will never see Sheldon Keefe giving a speech like that with that kind of an impact, like, ever. But this is kind of like this is Marty, right?
Mhm. Oh
So,
my
like,
God.
he immediately draws you in because he's so thoughtful with all of the things that he's saying. Is just kind of a stream of consciousness because it's innate in him.
Mhm.
So we'll see what
Um,
happens with his coaching career. It's very interesting. It's been a very interesting experiment.
Mr. Montgomery, as well, a Montrealer, born and bred.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I thought he gave a lovely speech.
Hmm. University of Maine alumni, and was a player all over the place.
Yeah.
Good for him. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
Lovely
whoa.
Speaking of coaches.
He coached at RPI. Holy shit. That's right next door to me.
Well, and then he just talked about, again, they said that extreme falsehood that the Bruins have the best NHL season in history.
Asterisk. Didn't win the cup.
They have the most wins, but the Habs played fewer games.
Yep.
It's just, anyway.
And they didn't win the cup. Too bad. So sad.
And they didn't win the cup too bad. So, in spectacular fashion. But anyway, just the way he spoke about the organization and the players and all of that stuff and what it means to him, especially being given a second chance
Mhm.
after falling to his lowest point.
And he was an undrafted player. Good for him.
Cool. Interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's cool. We are
the Boston Bruins.
almost out of time.
Already.
Let's see. Yep, Alex Newhook, a bunch of new medical people, so people can stop bitching about that. I've been watching Peaky Blinders, finally. It's okay.
It's okay. Like, is it like, that's the whole thing too, is that it's been so hyped.
It's like, and I get it. I get the draw. You know, it's like Irish gangsters in the Industrial Revolution. Well, not revolution, but like right after World War One. It's like, Tommy, I was in the trenches with you. It's like, yeah, no, Joey. Oh my God, Tommy, we're in the trenches. We have to go steal alcohol. I know, Joey. Let's go. We have to bet on the horse races, Tommy. It's like that every fucking 5 scenes. And
Yeah.
it looks great, but it also looks like a fucking music video with some of the most terrible music I've heard for like such a great, hyped show. Like it's kind of like it's like if they made an hour-long music video out of the B-side of Dropkick Murphy. And I'm like, man, this is really grinding me down here.
Okay.
Now, like,
Okay.
I'm exaggerating a bit because that was the thought in my head. Is like, I'm sitting there watching a scene and I'm like, why is the music this for this thing that's happening? And just, I don't know. I actually remember
It's
watching it
distracting.
years ago and I kind of fell off it. So I'm trying it again to at least get past the first 4 episodes. Tommy, I'm actually not the boss of the family. It's like, no, Joey, you really are the boss of the family. No, it just, I get it. They're so Irish, you can't escape it. Peaky Blinders.
Yeah. Very Irish and dirty.
So dirty.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Artists so unappealing to me.
Thank God Sam Neill is in that show though, because I love him. He's great. He plays a cop, very prim and proper cop going after the guys. And it's I never heard Sam Neill speak in an Irish accent before, but I guess he is Irish.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. I'm like, oh wow, that's Sam Neill. Sam O'Neill now.
Oh, of course.
Oh. So I've been watching that.
Cool.
Yeah.
I have been watching. I might give that a try. Like, it's even like I
Give it
obviously
like 4
they're listening
episodes.
to us. And now all of a sudden Peaky Blinders is being recommended to me all the time, just because
Oh,
I've
no.
mentioned it a couple of times in this house. And there are ears, obviously, everywhere.
Everywhere.
But I have been watching a new true crime series, not new to me, a true crime series on Disney Plus.
Someone
or
got
Hulu.
murdered again?
It's not Who Got Murdered. It is called The Lesson is Murder. And it's a 6 episode, just like limited series. And it is unlike anything I've ever seen before. And it's all the shit that I absolutely love. So it's a show about, it always focuses on a crime. And it's kind of hosted by this PhD in criminology, who's now a professor at, I forget what's Florida University, former FBI officer. And she and 6 students who all play a different role. Like there's one skeptic, there's one victimologist, there's one fucking like an outside opinion. It's a fascinating group of people. They discuss a crime, they discuss the criminal, they discuss what possible mental disorders are happening here, and what is the motivation and what drives them to do. And like there's this one episode of this one guy who's a former cop who put a hit out on his wife, and they constantly, like, they refer to him as a psychopath more than once. And they don't, in true crime, people don't throw that word around. And it's so similar to his lack of remorse and his need to win that reminded me of the former president of the United States. Oh, yeah. Everything that they're saying, I'm like, oh yeah, this guy's a fucking lunatic. But anyway, it's a fascinating show. And always at the end of the episode, they actually interview, after you've gotten to know everything about this person who's been convicted of this crime, they interview that person. And it's like, and you're just watching them lie and blame the victim and do all this stuff. So anyway, me as a frustrated detective or investigator, for me, that kind of thing is fascinating. And I should have taken criminology and
Damn
had
it.
a career in that.
You could have been Batman, Veronica.
Damn it.
Damn it.
Anyway, it's a very good show. It's called The Lesson is Murder. I don't know when it's from, but it's on Disney Plus. And it is, if you're into that kind of thing, it'll suck you in.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
So there it is. Peaky Blinders and Lesson is Murder.
Lesson is Murder.
This is it. Last episode of season 6. Season 7 of the Happy Hour starts next week.
It's next week.
Yeah, it will, because I'm thinking of the holidays and the Canada Days this weekend. So is America
And
Days
I get the
next
Monday
week.
off.
I get Tuesday off
You get
because
Tuesday off.
that's annoying.
I was thinking of taking Tuesday off as well.
Hmm.
Because the partner that I work with is away on vacation right now. So I'm
Mhm.
thinking of making like a little mini break.
Perfect. All right. And that's it, everybody. Thanks for listening. Let's see what
Thank
happens at the
you.
draft tomorrow.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Yeah, we'll talk about it next week.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Yeah, I wonder if